Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Episode 184 arrives. Hello, welcome to the best bits of the Atom Radio Breakfast Show. And this is Mark Denholm from the Breakfast Show at the weekend. See, because it's the weekend, this is all pre-done and it goes out. And I enjoy my weekend off. Thank you, though, for checking out the podcast. In episode 184, we have got hunger cures that, well, they just won't work. Cycling calamity. We've got an assessment of Elvis. We're back on the roads with a road-going cretin. We also talk about aliens as well. And Jeremy Clarkson has revealed why not to hug. All that and more makes up episode 184 of the best bits. Enjoy.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
On the bright side, 70% of people enjoy old songs because of the memories that they have attached to them. And do you know what? That's true. Sometimes I hear a song and I think, oh God, I've not heard that for ages. And it just makes me smile because I think, oh, there, the last time I heard that, or I associate that song. You see, that is the power of music.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
17 minutes to 7 o'clock morning. This is Mark Denholm at breakfast on Atom Radio, banging out the anthems. If you become hungry today, it is recommended, should you become hungry and find yourself looking in the fridge, then you should drink a large glass of water. This will stop the impulse hunger. The only thing is, I don't generally find myself looking in the fridge when I'm hungry. It's usually the biscuit cupboard. And I don't keep any water in the biscuit cupboard. I keep biscuits in the biscuit cupboard. Therefore, tend to satisfy the impulse hunger with a biscuit.
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Morning to a hungry man in Essex who called the old bill. 999 he dialed to complain he was waiting 30 minutes for his food. Wow.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Morning, Stacey. By the way, very nice email, Stacey. Starts off, how come you went to the game on Saturday? Wasn't the same without you. Things rarely are, Stacey, but there we are.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
6:22 morning then, Mark Denholm at breakfast on Atom Radio. I'm looking at something here which has seriously confused me. It says here the world's youngest grandmother was only 17 years old. How? She'd have had to have a baby at 1 year old, surely. No, I can't work it out in my head.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
You know how cyclists sometimes get a bad reputation, and they sometimes, well, yeah, all right, there's no other way of putting it, right? Imagine being in a cycling race and finishing the race in front, okay? You are the winner of this race, and you're about to celebrate, only to find that your wife has raced out onto the track to take photos of you crossing the line first, and there's nothing you can do but collide with her. This actually happened. Luis Carlos Chia came through the race in North Colombia, won the race, and then crashed into his wife, trying to take pictures of her husband celebrating his win. What a disaster.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Welcome to Tuesday. It is Mark Denholm, loud, proud and standing out from the crowd and banging out the anthems with 100% confidence of the people that I surveyed. Given I did this survey this morning at around 5:05 when I woke up, I was the only person I could think of because I didn't really want to disturb anyone else at that time to do the survey. So I surveyed myself and I voted that I do have confidence, and here I am, banging out the anthems on a Tuesday morning.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Cast your mind back to yesterday, and yesterday it was we picked up on a story that had come out revealing that the owners now of the rights of the name Elvis and the like of Elvis had sent cease and desist letters to Vegas wedding chapels confirming that they can no longer use Elvis impersonators in Vegas. Now, the Vegas wedding industry is worth $2 billion a year, and more than half of that comes from Elvis impersonators, which is something I don't get, if I'm honest, because I've never been a big fan of Elvis. Pet Shop Boys, always on my mind, better than Elvis. Fine Young Cannibals, Suspicious Minds, better than Elvis. UB40, I Can't Help Falling in Love with You, better than Elvis, in my humble opinion, and it is my show, therefore you get to hear my opinion.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Today, I'd like to talk to you about something that annoyed me, because yesterday I was out driving in my car. And it is in fact a Jaguar. Before you think I was going to burst into madness, no, because the next line doesn't make any sense in my case. But I was out driving in my car yesterday and a long queue started forming behind me, and it wasn't my fault, it was the fault of the car in front, because we were doing single figure speeds down a road with speed humps because some absolute cretin in front of me had lowered their road going Golf to such a point where they had to literally crawl over the speed bumps at a speed where you could probably push the car faster than it was driving. And I thought, this is just such a nightmare, because I can't get past because of the cars parked on either side. I cannot get past, and me and about 10, 12 other cars were stuck behind this car doing less than 10 miles an hour. I know that because my speedo hadn't moved. And I'm thinking, what an absolute idiot. So today, I would like to know from you, please, things that people do in life that you have absolutely no idea why they do it. Like, I get it. If it's a track day car, I get it. It's not. It's a road-going car, and you've just made it totally and utterly impractical for you and any poor person that happens to get stuck behind you.
Mark Denham at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Morning, Paul. I hope you are fine, fit and well on a Wednesday morning, Paul. And Paul's is, it's one that happens in the club. So I'm getting down now, aren't I? You know, the car's slammed to the ground, and in the club, I'm getting down. Check me out. Anyway, back to Paul's email before I get overexcited. Paul says, when I go out with my mates, I'll say, I need the toilet and I'll be back. When ladies go, they look for someone to go with them. Why is it they can't just go to the toilet on their own? Why do they need to go with a friend when they're out in the club? And I don't know the answer to that, Paul, if I'm honest. I'm not a lady. Therefore, like you, when I've been out in a club, in a pub, whatever, if I need to go, I'll just say, I'll be back in a minute, lads. And off I go. And I come back on my own. Ladies, however, yeah, they don't do it that way. And you are right, Paul. You are right. I have no idea why they don't, because I'm not a lady. I can't answer that.
Mark Denham
at breakfast. Podcast.
6:20, former footballer Michael Owen has said he went all the way to Germany to try and avoid Love Island as his daughter Gemma takes place in Love Island. I have to say, I've not gone all the way to Germany, but I can confirm, I think, that my block on the hashtag on Twitter is working.
This is Mark Denham
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Astronomers have detected another repeating fast radio burst coming from a dwarf galaxy 3 billion light years away. You know what it is? Just them sending an email to say thank you for the show. That's what it is. That's what that radio beam is. Thank you.
This is Mark Denham
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Streaming from Slough, banging out the anthems. Morning, welcome to Thursday, 16 minutes to 8 o'clock, and it is Mark Denham at breakfast. National Strawberry and Rhubarb Pie Day today, and also Donald Duck Day as well, which I'm sure is rhyming slang. I'm sure it's Donald rather than Daffy that is, and I'll leave you to think about the rest of that.
Mark Denham
at breakfast. Podcast.
Morning, 6:15, 6:15. In other words, it is Mark Denham at breakfast on Atom Radio. Jeremy Clarkson has revealed he hates hugging contestants on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He says they'll get a handshake and that's all, but he doesn't really want to hug because his genitals will be perilously close to their genitals. I've never thought of hugging like that before, but I suppose when you look at it like that, it is 100% true.
Mark Denham at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
You know how Miss World is frowned upon by some as being sexist and just vain? Well, if you're in Brazil, they have a competition this year, Miss Bum Bum, to find the title of Brazil's best backside.
Mark Denham
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Morning. Mark Denham at breakfast on a Friday. Headlines that didn't make the show in a starring role. A driver faces a longer sentence for his motoring conviction after he called the judge an absolute helmet. And in other news, a stag party were away on their stag party and got stranded due to a cancelled flight. They then managed to get their way to Calais, where they tried to get a ferry service, only to find that they couldn't get on as walk-on passengers. So they then had to go into a local shop and buy bikes. They spent a fortune on bikes so they could take them on. and then they weren't classed as foot passengers. Great stuff.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.
In all seriousness, though, this whole holiday thing, it's just getting a bit much now, isn't it? I know there are some people who've missed a whole week of school because they're still stuck and cancellations and that. If that is you, then I hope that you do manage to get home sooner rather than later. Otherwise, you may as well just stay where you are and have your summer holiday, the same place that you had your half-term break, and hopefully by then they'll be able to get you back in time. And just hope that your passport doesn't run out while you're away, because that'd take 10 weeks for you to come back, and then you'd have to wait forever. And you might as well just emigrate, really. But anyway, that's that. Good luck with that. Thank you so much for checking out episode 184 of the podcast this week. And I know that there will be criticism of my assessment of Elvis. There are some massive Elvis fans, but it's just my opinion. All right, that's just it. It's just my opinion. In my opinion, Pet Shop Boys did Always On My Mind better. UB40 did I Can't Help Falling in Love With You better. And Fine Young Cannibals did Suspicious Minds better. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Given that we have mentioned Jeremy Clarkson, I thought I would slip that little phrase in there. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the show Monday to Friday, 6 till 10 on Atom Radio.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.